I'm voting for Dan Isgett. I actually know he's the best candidate for sheriff. One of the major reasons is when we began the Taking Back Our Village community initiative, he was there from the beginning. And I've had this interesting conversation with a few people, and they say, oh, but that was his job. It's one thing to come when it's your job to do it, it's another to contribute, it is another to give yourself unselfishly, and it's also another to just be there whenever you need somebody. And whether I call him or text him or message him, whatever it may be, just to get answers to questions, it's amazing to have the response that I have had from him. And it's more than just being in a meeting once a month. And I'd never met him before then, so I didn't know who he was. And I can remember the day that there was a tragedy with the officer being shot, and just the compassion that I saw within him, the way that he just explained things to us. And as the calls kept coming, he was trying to sit in the meeting, but it was just bringing that human part of who he was to the table. And this was long before, no one knew that there would be a vacancy for sheriff. So he wasn't applying or he wasn't auditioning for a position. He was just being authentically who he was. And that is what we need in a sheriff of Berkeley County. That is what we want as a resident, or as what I want as a resident, and the people I talk to: someone who cares, someone who's compassionate, someone who is true to who he is, someone who will not just look at me and say, oh, I'm like everyone else. No, I know who I am, and I am an African American female, and there are certain things that are a little bit different, and I want to make sure that we can work together, as I see that he does all the time, to bring together people who are different, who are diverse, and pay attention to those subtle nuances that are different, but not treat us differently, but talk to us, not at us. And he never pretended like he knew me. He took the time to get to know me, as well as my daughter, as well as people in the room, and it was genuine. That's what I want in a sheriff.